Hello, hello, lads. If you're watching video now, Keenan just pulled up on the stream, got Bavarian flag, Bayern flag, scarf, jersey, got some what is it, beer
Yeah,
glass
yeah,
lines.
yeah. Bayern and Munich, and then an Oktoberfest one.
Somebody's feeling good.
Hmm.
Oh man. Welcome back to the Past Six Podcast. It's Tyler Turner here. Got Paulie D with me, Keenan. Obvious news this week that is Keenan's hype about Bayern winning 8 straight Bundesliga titles. Um, this one, this one was interesting, wasn't it, boys? I mean, it was an interesting season. I even had to go back and look, just to think. At one point, it was Niko Kovac. It was this team is in shambles. Who knows what's going to happen? We had a plethora of teams in first place. Regardless of what you think of the Bundesliga, right? This season has been crazy exciting, unpredictable. I know people will say, well, it's so predictable because Bayern won, but what a season. I'll just open the floor with that, though, lads. Give me your thoughts on the importance of this eighth title for Bayern, and how does it stack up to the others in recent history?
Paulie, what you got?
I think this eighth one in recent years, they just had to. I believe they had to just call after it. Honestly, in just a sense, it wasn't as glamorous as other ones when you would have tons and tons of stars, like with the era of of robbery or Lam. It was really kind of I feel like aside from a few others, it was kind of a growing team basically. Some youth on this squad.
Yeah, and that's the thing that's crazy, right? I mean, remember the Niko Kovac time, everyone was like, well, this is going to be a rebuilding year for Bayern. They weren't able to get Sane last summer, so it's like, we'll just wait until next summer. We'll see what we can do this season. It's still Bayern, right? But a team that's definitely, had lost some of its stars and is at that point was experiencing growing pains that seem to have resolved as physically some players on the roster have also grown. But Keenan, I mean, I gotta ask you, man. How does this one match up? Against some of Yup's Bayern, Guardiola, Ancelotti. I guess you could even say Kovac. At this point, now I know there's still football to be played. So, but from a Bundesliga season,
It's sort of interesting. The last 2 years, Bayern has had much tighter competition, especially last season. So Bayern for the last this season and last season had much closer competition, which some people might look at and say that Bayern hasn't played as well. But I think for the people that focus on the Bundesliga and really watch it, you've seen that the competition for the Bundesliga has grown. Those other teams have started to bridge that gap a little bit and step their games up. And I think it just shows just what championship mindset Bayern has to be able to, when you have to get a win, go and get one. And when you have to string them together, you're able to get 3 points instead of 1 point. You're able to get 1 point instead of no points. So as far as compared to in these last 8, definitely one of my favorites for sure. The treble winning year's got to be my favorite, just coming off of Dortmund's back-to-back. I think that was a big push for Bayern to get that win, and get back to their winning ways after 2 years of not having it. But other than that, under Hansi Flick, this is one of the best.
And work to be done, right? I mean, that's still the Pokal. Still, the Champions League was confirmed. We'll go over that a little bit later in the show. But this team is shown that they have greater aspirations. Yeah, it's truly remarkable. And you touched on this too, and we'll touch on it as we get into the recaps about these teams losing late in season. I know we could say, well, the title is done and dusted. These teams don't care, but there's still a lot to play for. We talked about this last week. Second place is still up for grabs. doesn't look like anybody wants to wants to take it from the form of teams that we saw this week. So again, all of that to be said, that late in the season you have to grind out results. Bayern has been doing that year in and year out, particularly these last 2 seasons. Had they not grinded out those results and another team picked up a couple points here, a couple points there, we're looking at a totally different story. I mean, we look at the late season matchup between Bayern and Dortmund. Imagine Dortmund wins that one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just, that's one game. You go out there, you can, in a lot of ways, control your destiny. You go out there and you beat Bayern, the pressure's truly on, and again, Bayern being Bayern goes out and takes care of business when they absolutely have to.
What I liked from after that matchup this week was the celebration that Bayern had. It shows that the Bundesliga title really does mean something to them. It's important to them that they win that title, that Bundesliga title matters. It is a trophy that is important to them, that they seek to win every year.
And what was crazy too is there's still players that those first ones. Bavard talked about it. He said, "This is why I came to Bayern." To get titles. Luka Hernandez. Just these, because there's fresh blood coming in, and a youth resurgence. I guess we had Davies wasn't even there last year, right?
He came mid-season, but
yeah. But this one, I mean, he truly contributed too.
Yeah.
So again, just because of that. I mean, Sané coming. He's going to be hungry to get his first one. We talk about all these old heads that are like, they've got to be tired of it. But there's so many youngsters that are like, no, we're just getting our first taste of this. And then, of course, shouts to Kingsley Coman, who just continues to build his trophy cabinet. Another season, another title, right? But I guess while we're talking about overall season roundup, before we break into the fixtures themselves, Bundesliga.com did post their Players of the Year awards, kind of breaking down by month. So Lewandowski was Player of the Month back in August. Amin Harit, September. Gnabry, October. Then we had Werner, actually, was November and December. Haaland in January. Sancho in February. And then Havertz was in May. It was interesting that Lewandowski only picked up that one in August. And Timo actually had 2. The newly minted Chelsea man, who we'll touch on. Out of that list there, I mean, I think I know where you'd go, but and I think we lost Paulie here for a bit, but who would be your pick out of that bunch?
For Player of the Year?
Yeah.
I've actually already voted. I voted earlier today, Lewandowski for sure.
Louis.
Paul, I don't know if you heard us there. We're talking about the Bundesliga.com Player of the Season shenanigans here between Lewandowski, Harit, Gnabry, Werner, Haaland, Sancho, and Havertz. Have you put in your vote yet?
It would have to be Louis, probably the most consistent, and just he always puts that kill switch on to help you win the most important games.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you, boys. I'm with you. A heck of a season for Timo, though. That segue. The news is today. The news today. I mean, we've already touched on it, but Timo officially to Chelsea. They got a hair under 50 million. Interesting times in this world that we live in. What are initial reactions from us as fans of not just Bayern Munich fans, not just Schalke fans, Hertha fans, but as fans of the league? What's the reaction of losing such a polarized figure like Timo Werner?
I mean, it's rough. It's definitely a hit for the league. He is one of the bigger faces of the Bundesliga, certainly has been the face of that team. Great goal scorer, hasn't quite shown it on the international stage just yet, but we'll see if that changes.
Will he now?
I don't know. We'll see. Where you have played doesn't necessarily impact where you stand in the national team always. So we've seen some guys who have played in some, obscure places who have gotten time with the national team. So depends on just how how you fall as far as favor goes with the coaching staff over there. But yeah, certainly a blow to the league. As far as it goes for the player, he clearly wanted to move. He made that clear to the point that he's not going to continue playing with Leipzig beyond the end of the Bundesliga season, despite his team still being in Champions League.
Yeah, it's a shame he's going to such a small club. I mean, you have to wonder if he'll continue to get call-ups, being in such an obscure league and club there. But I mean, we wish him the best. And remember, Chelsea is still in Champions League. I know he won't be able to be eligible to play for them, but Chelsea's still got a little bit to play for, don't they?
Yeah, no, they do, but he's just going to be in training.
Yeah, they got a little bit to play for. Jokes aside, was a little cheeky tonight. Yeah, it's interesting news. It's bound to happen. Havertz going to be our next one, right? Between that and Sancho, I'm still not sold that Sancho jumps just yet. But I mean, still that's one to watch. But the Kai watch is certainly on. A lot of news that he would prefer to go to Spain, actually, over the Premier League. But then there's still rumblings about Bayern being really keen on his services. Nothing concrete at this point, so just still speculation there. But that would be another massive one. I think just because of maybe not where he is right now, but the ceiling for him is so freaking high that could really be something special wherever he goes. We can jump into recaps. Match day 32 is what we had here. There were some good ones. Just run over results real quick. We had Borussia Mönchengladbach 3-0 winners over Wolfsburg. Bayern obviously winners over Bremen 1-0 there to secure the title. Then we had Freiburg over Hertha 2-1. Union over Paderborn 1-0, which gotta say it. Union and Hertha now level on points on the table. Very interesting times there. The Berlin sides. We had Frankfurt 2-1 winners over Schalke. Touch on that. Dortmund fall to Mainz, another one we'll be touching on. 2-0 there for Mainz. Leipzig and Dusseldorf 2-2. Leverkusen winners over Köln 3-1. And then we had Hoffenheim over Augsburg 3-1.